would you like now?
I'm just absorbing the after effects of the music.
It's very beautiful music. I'm absorbing the after effects of the music. And music is very close to spirituality, so I'd like to bless you all today on this auspicious day, the whole team, that you get success in whatever. It's a great service to humanity. It brings harmony and coexistence amongst the people of the earth. Music is a great media to bring harmony and peaceful coexistence amongst all sections and stratas of humanity. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmavira Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmavatana Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhinam Swaha. Music will always transform into the vibrations of the person they enter. What chemistry shall be formed between the musician who plays the music and the audience who hears the music, depending upon the state of heart of the audience. If he is full of joy, then his heart will be healed through joy. And if he is full of valor, then his heart will be healed through valor. And if he is full of anger, God bless him. May he direct that anger in the correct direction to destroy his own anger. That's the vaccination process. You see, when you go and you have a thorn in your leg, in the forest there is no needles or pins. You take another thorn as a needle, and with that thorn you remove the thorn. So there is a yogic technique whereby with anger you can destroy anger. Like with vaccination, you put the same essence of the disease or disorder and vaccinate the person and he becomes immune to it. So also music plays a wonderful role in spirituality. It helps in the alchemy of total transformation and forms an essential part of Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of devotion. Helps to humble the ego and surrender it with love and honor at the feet of the Lord. So all glory be to music. Music, hallelujah. Nobody has told me in the Guru Purnima program what is happening, but I am assuming that I am supposed to keep talking and blessing. I know. Said that after the music, the organizers are so excellent that after one program they are very still, they don't know what to do next. So, what is the next on the agenda? Because I don't want to spoil your sequence of programs, so tell me what you have to do.
Your satsang for the...
Okay, my satsang.
And then we're going to have prasad that offer some sweets for you, and then you bless and give prasad for the other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today is the auspicious day of Guru Purnima, when the Guru is ready to offer his heart in order to serve humanity. But let me tell you, whenever a disciple is in total at one with the Master, so many times it is Guru Purnima for the disciple. Oh. Every time a disciple connects with the Master and the Master takes him into front, it is Guru Purnima. Guru Purnima means that which satisfies your heart and makes it bloom like the full moon. If it's a half-hearted attempt, then it is only Ardha Purnima. You have heard of Ardha Purnima or Chaturtha Purnima, quarter Purnima when you are less attentive, Ardha Purnima when you are half attentive. In LA they have a word for this. Don't do a HA job. Don't do a HA job. Don't do a ha job. You want to do a job well, do it ha ha. Do it laughing, right? Don't do it. HA job means doing it grudgingly, only one ha. What's the use of that? You don't understand the LA language? You understand San Diego language? So do a ha ha job. Laugh twice. So it's in tandem. Positive opposed to positive. I hope I'm explaining it to you quite gracefully. Bringing your vocabulary up for a spiritual interpretation. I hope you like that. So every time you're in rapport and empathy with the Master, for you, the world may go where it likes, but you and the spiritual Master and your spiritual essence is in Guru Purnima. It is the full moon of your delight. And the Sadguru is a constant Purnima. He is ever full moon for the disciples. But you only see him as the quarter moon or half moon, as much as to the extent you can grasp him. You know? So you are at one minute with the Master to the extent you know the Master. You're at one minute, you're at Purnima with the Sadguru to the extent you know him as the full moon, you know him as Purnima. So it's all in how open you are positively to the Sadguru and how well you can let go of the past, let go of negativity. So it's a very good idea to contact people who you've met before, whom you've had rough edges with or knocks and tatters here and there, and make friends with them. You can directly meet them and say, hey, let's forget about it. Let's bury the hatchets. No bad blood. The ozone of love will flow forth from my heart and let's be one good friends again. You can phone them, you can meet them, you can sing to them, whatever the occasion and the person to person is. So when you do that from your side, you're one up. What the other person makes a fuss, if they think they are on moral high ground, that moment they fall. That moment they fall. Therefore, I have always said to people, let there be a Guru Purnima between the relations of one nation and the other, of one person and the other. And first it starts with one person and the other harmonizing on the full moon of their blossoming hearts. Then the same blossoming heart of harmony is taken to the society, then to the community, then to the humanity. And then nations will live in peace and harmony. Don't worry about what they are doing. Earth peace through self-peace. If you have the full moon of peace, if you have the full moon of peace Purnima, then the world will be in Guru Purnima. They will be in peace and harmony with one another. So charity begins at home, love begins at home, everything begins at home, in your spiritual heart. You cannot change the world. If you change the world, each one changes himself into the full moon of Guru Purnima, then everyone will be the full moon of Guru Purnima, of love, wisdom and joy. I know this doesn't make sense in the practical world. For the practical world, or for business meetings, or for economics, this is nonsense. But I'm speaking a super sense. I'm speaking beyond the senses. And because humanity needs to raise itself, let go of the darkness behind, let go of all the ego clashes. All the problems begin with the ego. If you step aside and say, okay friend, you win, the other fellow feels so embarrassed. Because you're mudslinging and dung-slinging. So if you say, okay buddy, he's ready to attack you, you say, okay buddy, you're right, you win, and I agree with you. you're a good person. So he doesn't know, he's left with all the dung cakes in his hand. He doesn't know where to throw it. It's like he has to put it on his face. So you shatter his hatred by love. That's what the Sadgurus teach all over the world. To shatter hatred with love. And to give your best. And what does it matter if he wins the race? Let them do it. It's satisfying the ego. You be magnanimous. You take the step back and say, okay, you're the bigger one and you win. And then the world will look to you and not to him. It speaks for you and not for him. Remember that. Try it once. Try to say, okay, I'm defeated. You're the winner. You know, like the grandfather and grandson have an argument, and the grandson says something wise, and the grandfather doesn't mind. He says, okay, yeah, you're very wise. Or he loses in a game of chess. But sometimes the grandfather really has to lose to the grandson because they're much younger. The other day, I had a swimming test with the 3 generations. I had a swimming match with my grandson, and obviously, I've taught him since he was 5 how to swim, and then he gets up at 15, and I want to race him. Bad idea. So that when I race him, there are 3 generations. I'm here, the grandfather, then the father's age, the uncle, and then the grandson. And they're all swimming like me because I taught them. The son also I taught, and the grandson. So they're all swimming in the same style, all swimming full speed. The grandson, the son, and the grandfather. All fit. But the age matters. We couldn't go as fast, but we were swimming to rhythm and perfection. So what I'm trying to say is be the best you can. You cannot be the best of the best. But I tell you that if you are humble, humility does it all. And those who are rested in humility and burning with love have already found their Guru Purnima, have already found their God. I'm speaking to you as it comes because I haven't prepared for your speech. I said, what should I prepare? They're all people of the home, all brothers, sisters, cousins. I don't need to prepare anything for them. They know it because it's the same old story at every house. Same old story. And we do the same old things every time. Once I was in a meeting and they asked me, do a little step. I said, look, we're all the same. So I asked them a question. I said, how many of your children have had, I wanted to show the similarity of the common human habit. How many of you had stick-jaw chocolates when you were young? So they all put their hands up. How many of you had stick-jaw chocolates when you were young? Sticky toffees, stick-jaw chocolates. How many here? Raise your hands. Okay. And how many of you have had that the stick-jaw chocolates sometimes stuck to the top of the palate? Raise your hands. Okay. And how many initially of you have tried to remove it with your tongue? Raise your hands. And how many of you have failed to remove it with your tongue? Raise your hands. And then how many of you have taken this finger, and put it on? Raise your hands. Look at that. Look at the similarity. We've all done it. And it's so shocking when you ask everyone to say, hey, and who trained us? We're all different. So there's some common gene or DNA which makes a similar human behavior. It's really so simple, but it's surprising when you see so many guys raising their hands, and it breaks the ice of formality that we are different. We are not different. Humanity is our uniting religion, breath our uniting prayer, and consciousness our uniting God. These are lofty words. But I was talking about the commonality of the stick-jaw toffee, how it unites humanity with the same habit. Nobody will do it with this or this finger, never. If it doesn't bend far enough back, it doesn't bend back enough. Right, Ponty? It doesn't bend. So this is the finger. So there's a commonality. There are many other common habits. If you say it, it's very hilarious. We all do the same things. Maybe we are programmed that way as a human race. And people all over the world are sitting here. They have the same common habits. So there is a link between us, not at the level of consciousness, which there is, not at the level of breath, which there is, not even at the level of energy transmission or soul essence, but even at the level of physical habits. So we are a big family and we need to get united. This is the message of Guru Purnima. We need to get united, but there does not have to be a unity in unity if it's not still work for humanity, because there can always be a unity in diversity also. Different nations, different people can still live in peaceful coexistence. So first we have to mend yourself, earth peace through self-peace. I've always said that if earth peace is to herald the dawn of the new age, we must all realize and practice humanity as our uniting religion, breath as our uniting prayer, the Kriya breath, and consciousness as our uniting God. So today I intend to unite you in consciousness. Many of you are new. Many of you are coming the first time, because Guru Purnima is always an open, a love for all satsang, a love for all. This is very, very interesting and a very beautiful Guru Purnima day. I am a server of humanity, and I always remind myself of that. So no ego should come up. I am the boss. I have the moral high ground. No, you don't. No, you're not. You're a server of humanity. But in you serving humanity, humanity will raise you to the skies. If you try to raise yourself to the sky, I am this and I am that, then there will be a big fall. There will be a Humpty Dumpty fall. And all the king's horses and all the king's men. Do you know this poem? It's a very sophisticated poem, very deeply spiritual poem. I tell you about the ego. And Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. That was the fall of the ego. And then once the ego falls, then you cannot put it together again. It gets reprimanded. But the soul, the ego itself feels very bad. But in the end, the fall is good, because the ego can never be repaired again once it is destroyed and humbled. And then only the essence of God flows through you instead of ego. Not what can I do for myself, what can I do for you? What would you like? That's why I tell people at home when there's husband and wife, there will never be a clash. You ask your wife, what can I do for you? And she in return must answer, what can I do for you? So there's nothing selfish, so you're always offering it to the other, and then they come to a mutual agreement and it goes on. But don't say that it means, otherwise she'll say you first, he'll say you first. Like the Japanese, it's going, and both will go hungry. Don't do that. Listen to what I say, but use common sense always. Otherwise say you first, and the elevator will go up and down 10 times and you say you first. So don't do that. I had an incident with a Japanese gentleman once, so he did this, so I did this, and the elevator went. So that's what I'm telling you. Not much of a deal, we came back again, but you first. Aap pehle. It happens, it's etiquette. So this is the way to live. Think of others, efface yourself in the surface for others. I know it's very difficult to talk. Easier said than done. But I have done it, and therefore I'm saying it. This is the way to solve all problems immediately. Just go home and try it with your partner, you first. It will be wonderful. Immediately it will work. You say, oh, what's wrong with you today? You say, the wife will say, something's wrong with you. You've taken the peg and come. She won't believe it, because the guy is always putting his elbows out, shoving here and there and bossing around. So it's good. You can do it within a trice. Lay your ego aside. Do this, try this. It's a wonderful thing. I tell you to do this, and if you do this, it will work miracles. Don't do it in an emergency, of course. Then you grab what you have, you grab your wife and jump out of the window. Otherwise, don't do you first in an emergency, okay? That's why I said common sense. Common sense has to be used. I'm speaking in the context of a spiritual situation where you can be tension-free. Of course, today is Guru Purnima, and therefore I need to say something about the sacred science of Kriya Yoga. How many do not have Kriya Yoga who've come new for the first time? Raise your hands. First time. Raise it right up. Okay, so Kriya Yoga is an essential part of our life. It's about breath. It just means breathing with awareness. If you breathe with awareness, you soothe the nerves and calm the mind. And when the mind becomes calmer and calmer and calmer, it becomes the consciousness, it becomes the soul. So Kriya Yoga calms your mind to such a degree where you are in a thought-free state of awareness, thought-free state of spiritual essence. So it's working with the breath, the upward, and it's a lifestyle. It's meant for householders. Anybody can do it and everybody can do it. It is for householders. It is for you. Therefore, I urge everyone to practice Kriya Yoga sincerely. Tathastu, tathastu, tathastu. Om. Now, time permitting, I will sit and interact with you for a short while. I will interact. I will invite questions, provided you tell me how much time we have and what is the time we have to. It's 7:20 now. I think we have a decent amount of time. Oh, so we did well. Okay. Okay. Now as the prasad comes, the Guru Prasad, the Naivedya, that which is offered to the Lord through the Sadguru, He will bless it and give you the prasad. That is, it is a sacrament. And in this sacred blessing, you will be offered the sweets of beatitude on Sadgurunath Purnima. I would also like to mention to the ladies that Guru Mata Shivangini was to be here with me, but she was not able to come. But however, we remember her on this day too. As I speak, I remember her on this day. There are many of you who know both of us, and we hope that she sends her blessings to all you people. And this is what I have to say. She was one of the main people who was responsible for making the Mother Center ashram. When times were very difficult, with sticks and stones we built the ashram. And it was a wonderful scene. But we started from bare jungle. And from the jungle at Simagad, we have built a beautiful ashram for you now, which has a Panchakarma center. It has a yoga asana center. It has a little gymnasium. And it has a swimming pool with caves to the side, where I am doing water yoga, Parjanya yoga. Parjanya yoga means the pool is made in a certain way and there's seating to the left side where you can be in this much water and do your Kriya Yoga. I'm teaching this yoga for the first time because water is a good conductor of electricity, and if you do the spinal breathing, if you do Kriya, it's much faster and easier, and aching bones do not disturb you because the water braces you. The Parjanya Yoga. This is a lifestyle. It's not a religion or anything which I'm teaching. It's a lifestyle. So you sit at one side, there are 20 people, 25 people at a time. You can have three or four batches, and they can sit and meditate. And since in the ashram, you can meditate in the night, the water will be warmed. In India, you don't need to warm the water. And then it has a filter. It has minerals put in it and has an ozonator and a water conditioner. The water is kept warm. The water is filtered and it has an ozonator. And I'm going to put a mineralator in there where the minerals are released for the feet in the water. So that becomes very, very good. Then from the caves, the water falls on your head where you can have a massage. The water will massage you. There are 3 streams falling randomly. The second stream, it falls on your back and gives you like a chopstick massage. And the third one is a single stream which falls in the third eye if you stand there like a Shirodhara in the Panchakarma. How many have been to Panchakarma? How many had Shirodhara? Raise your hands. I bet you many of you must have had. Yeah, so that's the thing, to focus the concentration, clear the mind. This is what it's all about. Guru Mata had a great hand in building this ashram, and you are all invited at Mahashivratri and Guru Purnima. Don't just come to Bombay like Nasser. Don't come to Bombay and go back again. This time come there and you can stay with me. And I invited all my old friends. We've come together. We were to have this for a long time. The people who were with me in school and college are here, and I'm very happy to have them here since the bond is very strong. And so my blessings to you. Get the big one. She does not step on that. Om Brahma Arpanam Brahma Vir Brahma Brahma Om Brahma Arpanam Brahma Vir Brahma 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 Vidana Kartavya Brahma Karma Smadhanam Om Brahma Arpanam. Okay, distribute it because it's time to go. This is mine. Okay. Okay, whatever.
Must have come sweet.
But then this letter we put in the other letter. Okay, put on the lights and distribute it to them. Let them have prasad.
Do we have your leave to go out now? Can you ask us to go out?
Yes, you can go out and you can have your prasad outside.
So is the official program finished?
The official program is now come to an end, and God bless and Godspeed. And Sadgurunath today blesses you and offers you a speedy recovery to the haven of paradise which lies at the core of your own being. Alak Niranjan Adesh Har.
Satyanath Maharaj ki Jai.